It's TBIC, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in Partners USA. TNS Media Group is the team. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. What's going on with you, Mr. Jackson?
What's up, man? Good morning, man. I'm feeling good today. I'm trying to get to this game.
Yeah, okay, let's get to it. So we'll jump right into it. So we got the Pacers who will play Game 6 tomorrow versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. The game will be in Indiana. But we have breaking news that Tyrese Hailburton may be a game-time decision. He has been suffering with a lower leg injury. They say it's a calf injury, possibly a pulled calf muscle or strained calf muscle, however you want to say it. They are down currently 3-2 in this series. I already knew the series. I think the series is over.
Yeah, you've been saying
that. He plays or not.
No, not me. But I'm guarantee you, if that man don't play, they cook. Cook they cookies.
Yeah, they done.
That's the best player on their team.
They was done.
But I'm not going to agree with what you just said as far as if he did play and if he didn't. No, I'm not going that way. Because when he is playing, you see these people almost took Game 5. Am I lying?
Yeah, I mean,
there was 8 minutes left. Huh?
They came back out down to 4. Okay.
Yeah, 2.
But the NBA is a game of runs.
Yes, it is. You went to the fourth quarter up 16. But you came back. This was 4 minutes left when it was down 2. So it's like it's crunchy now. Now you sitting there looking at it like, in they house in OKC. Them boys. You talking about some if he is there or if he ain't there. No, if he is there and he's healthy, because you could be there and still be like a decoy, but you ain't 100%. If he's 100%, man, they have a chance to win this series, man.
Win this series?
Yes.
No.
You sitting here talking about, you still on that, win this series. If Hailburton comes back, if he plays in this game and he's 75 to 80%, before they got to take that day off or whatever for the travel back home or back to the other side or whatever, they can win this series, man. They are fighting these people tooth and nail. They're not going in there and just getting the doors blown off of them. No, it's not going like that. Now, do they need Hailburton? Yes, they do. They need him tremendously. Now, if they doesn't have them, then I agree with your statement by saying they cooked. But all that other stuff, whether he there or not, no, that's a myth. I be calling you, what's up? With them OKC. And you be sitting there talking about, there's only one game, there's only one game. No, we ain't trying to hear none of that. They go in there and get that. Them people was playing good. So we're not going to sit here and try to make it like Indiana is just, they just there. No, they there and they're trying to compete and they're trying to win. So what I'm saying is, if Hailburton plays that game, if he plays and he's 80%, man, they could probably take this to a Game 6, man. Straight up, man.
Well, I mean, listen to me when I say this. If I could talk, if I could speak.
Yeah, I'd just be so adamant because you're just so all over the place with this OKC stuff. Rightfully so, because they're proving that they're good.
Okay. The only way they have winning this series is if Hailburton plays. You know what I mean? Now
that's the star of their team, Tofi.
Listen, that's the only chance. But
okay, you just said with him or without him.
Yeah, hear me out.
Okay.
The only chance they have to win this series is with a full healthy roster, including Hailburton. Even with that being said, that chance is very, very small minimum. That chance is like, that chance is like hitting the lottery.
He didn't get enough sleep last night, ladies and
gentlemen. They will not win this series.
If Hailburton doesn't show up, they got the best piece off the field. How you gonna win now?
Let me speak my split.
Okay.
The Oklahoma City Thunder, with that young group, that young core, they are battle tested.
Ferocious.
Yes.
I give you that.
They step up. They played fairly well throughout the series. In crunch moments, they came through and won. They won in Indiana. They came back and beat them in OKC. They have all the momentum, and I wouldn't be surprised if they end the series tonight. Thursday night in Indiana, because they have once again they have who? They have Jalen Williams. They have the MVP, and they have a hell of a roster behind them with a supporting cast that's going to put on the call.
Indiana is not stepping to their business, bro. When they healthy, or is this a good finals for you? I'm asking you, Tawfiq, this morning up here on TBIC, the best in sports entertainment. Is this, because you had championships, you be like, this is just a run over. I don't know how that team made it. In your mind, can you sit back and say, okay, this is a pretty good joint right here, like they fighting?
Yeah,
or is it a trampling?
No, this is a very,
like how you're making it seem like it's just a onslaught. This is not an onslaught to me, but I'm asking you.
Let me answer the question. So this is a good series, but it's like a series where you ever been into a fight, like similar, like me and you fight,
right?
You might think like, all right, you get close to like land a couple shots.
Right, and you stumble.
But I just still keep getting you body here. No, just keep knocking you out.
All right, but that's a good fight. That's just a good fight. That's both opponents came to show up, and that's what we're seeing.
Still doesn't equate to a W. I don't care how good they are. It's not going to equate to a W. It's not. I don't care. I don't care. They need LeBron James. Somebody.
No, they do not. They need a healthy Hailburton to come back if he can get. Let's just say this. Say Hailburton don't play, right?
Yeah.
Because with a calf strain, it's not needed with a surgery. This got to heal. This is just torn tissue, so it got to heal. And, and time heals it. So, the longer he's out, the more he's healing up. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, let's say they just go Thursday night, which is Wednesday. He got a day right here, rest, and then he say he don't play Thursday. He got another day, and then all the other day. And Indiana beat them people. No, just say they beat them.
Okay.
Now you're looking at Game 7.
Yeah. And
OKC. I don't care what it. They showed you they can go in OKC and snatch their tongue out their mouth. Did they not?
He's not going to be healthy enough whether he plays at night.
But how you know the medical nowadays is not like the medical. These medical staff that's with these teams, they're big time physicians to get the job. You see how, not to change the subject, but how you got ACL tears and professional football dudes that take. It was guaranteed a year before you come back from that injury. A pectoral tear. It was guaranteed a year before you came back from that injury. Nowadays, with the progress of medicine, therapy training, everything is speeded up. Dudes go in there and get an ACL tear and come back 4 months later, man, and be playing on the level they was before they tore it. So we're not going to do that, Feet. The medical is extraordinary now in our sport, right? Would you agree with that?
I agree, but a calf strain, like they say, a calf strain, depending.
It's just a strain.
Depending whether it's a grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, which would be the most severe case, it's a few days to several months for full recovery. So he's not going to be 100%. I mean, nobody's 100% in the playoffs. I'm not saying. Let's be clear, especially in the finals. Nobody's 100%.
Right.
But right now, he doesn't really have time to take off. Really, I mean, I think Game 6 is tomorrow night.
Right.
And I believe Game 7 is going to be on maybe Saturday or Sunday.
Okay. So you telling me there ain't enough days for adequate rest? A calf strain.
They can't lose. You got to. It's over. They're down 3-2.
Yeah.
If they lose, it's finito. So he has to play. So he can say, I'm not going to play Game 6, but there's a chance you're going to lose without your best player. Now he didn't even show up in Game 5, and it was a close. Well, they ended up losing late, but he didn't show up in that game. He didn't even. I don't think he even made a field goal in that game. But his presence on the floor makes a total difference because he is a threat to shoot a 3 ball, so forth and so on. So you got to play defense. Now him not being there,
it's no threat.
It's going to change the whole dynamic of the
game.
Yeah,
it is, because now they ain't got to worry about him, and whoever else they putting in to replace him is not as good as him.
Yeah. So now they're going to put in TJ McConnell, and they're going to put him in.
So would you say this, Toffee? Not to cut you off. Let's just say he don't play.
Okay.
And they lose.
It's over.
Okay, it's over. It's definitely over, but can they hang their hat on an excuse? That's what I want to ask you.
I mean, excuses don't make no sense.
But you know how that's like I like to refer to football, ladies and gentlemen, but that's like Tom Brady playing the sport. Tom Brady has made it to this AFC Championship game, got knocked out the game, concussion. They saying he's not going to be available for the Super Bowl. They lose the Super Bowl. They had their best player out. So how can you sit there and judge that? Hailburton is their best player for the Indiana Pacers. If he's not available for this game on Thursday night and OKC beats them, can they hang their hat on, and what if we had our best player on the battlefield with us at the time?
No, because
you keep saying no. You keep saying you got a star that's taking out of the lineup due to injury, Tawfiq.
The reason being, because you know how hard it is to get to the NBA Finals?
Yes, they needed him to get there.
So you got to play. He has to play. There's no excuse.
How have you injured?
All right, if he injured and he can't play, okay.
Yes.
But people not hanging their hat on no excuse.
I will. If I know me and you is great opponents, me and you is great teammates or something, and I ain't got you because you hurt and I got to get somebody, I got to pick somebody else because it's a two, you know what I mean? And I go in there and lose. In my mind, I'm going to be sitting there thinking, man, if I had Tawfiq over here, man, I know we would have beat them Bulls. Because with this, it's clearly y'all have the advantage, right or wrong?
Who has it?
OKC, clearly.
Yes.
With this looming over Indiana Pacers of his availability, Hailburton, to the game, is this, would you say OKC is licking their chops right now?
For sure.
Like, oh, he bet.
Hailburton released the statement after Game 5 where he says, I mean, it's the NBA Finals. It's the finals, man. I've worked my whole life to be here, and I want to be out there to compete, help my teammates any way I can. I was not great tonight by any means, but it's not really a thought of mine to not play here. If I can walk, then I want to play. They understand that, and it is what it is. So he's saying, basically, listen, if I can walk, I'm going to play. I give him that.
He's going to play.
Yeah, if I can walk, I'm going to play.
He's going to play.
But that's still for me, in my opinion, it's not going to be enough. But for me, if they lose and go out on his shield, meaning like if he comes out there and gives it a go, and he cannot finish the game, I'll be like, all right, cool. And they lost. I'll be like, he tried. But ultimately, I don't want to see him go out there and be like, all right, listen, if you play, it's a big chance you can just tear your Achilles or something of the sort. You know, all those.
Because they lead to each other. They all intertwine together.
I don't want to see you go out there and try to be a Braveheart and then miss a whole beginning of next season or miss part of next season. But if you can play without being injured, then I will respect that. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
What I'm saying is, if their best player is taking off the battlefield, you can expect a loss, man. You can expect a loss. With him there at 100%, I see this going to Game 7, man. They've been rumbling, bro. They've been rumbling, and they've been rumbling good. This has not been no onslaught, like I said earlier. Has not been no onslaught like how you thought it was. You said they was only going to win one game, right? Mm-hmm. This was your, predictions of it. They may win one game.
I said one or two. We got to tape, though, 1 or 2.
Okay, all right, well, 1 or 2. All right, well, yeah. Well, they got that 2. Now they need to get that 3 where they could push it to Game 7. But it's going to be a lot. Like, if they don't have him available, even if they have him available and he's not at 100%, it's going to take a lot. Everybody got to double up. Everybody that's on Indiana Pacers has to double. You got to double up and buckle down. Like, they know this. Just as well as we sit here and we commentate about this. This could be your last game Thursday. Or you can push it to the limit.
Yeah, well.
And I think they're going to push it to the limit.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
I think it's going Game 7, man. OKC, man. Going back to OKC, Game 7, man. This is where we're going to separate the men from the boys. I don't think it's over Thursday night at all, with or without Hailburton. I don't think it's over. Them boys done scratched and scraped. Not to say that they don't need him. They do. He's their best player, like we've been mentioning. But I think it's going to be pushed to Game 7. That's just my opinion.